Let's do another mailbag. Vow of Chastity. I met this guy on Hinge in June. We dated for around 2 months until August when I left for an extended travel trip for around 2 months for work. The dating went really well, except we never had sex. He would always say, not yet, and then tell me that he was very attracted to me and found me incredibly sexy. Honestly, I don't have the highest sex drive, and because I was leaving for 2 months, I didn't think much of it as an issue. Before I left, we agreed to stay in casual contact while I was gone and get back in touch when I returned if we were both still feeling it. Cut to now, I've been back in town, and we've been hanging out again. Still no sex. While I'm not the most sexual person, I do enjoy sex and would like to have sex with this guy. I really like him, but it feels like we're stuck in the drinks, hangout phase, and the lack of intimacy. Still, he continues to want to see me, so I do think he's interested in pursuing more. If there's some issue or hang up preventing him from having sex, I want to know about it. But I want to bring it up in a way that's not accusatory. I know before me he was in a 10-year relationship, and I have got the impression I'm the first person he's really dated consistently since that ended about a year ago. So Jared, how can I bring up to this guy the no sex issue in a way that doesn't sound like I'm demanding sex? I want to be respectful, but also would like some insight into when this is going to happen to have a better gauge of our relationship. Much appreciated. So I think this is all very interesting because this email writes about sex as if it's frivolous, as if it's not an important part of the dating pie. I think sex can be just as important as any other thing in the relationship. And this person's a little embarrassed because even the way you're saying it, I don't want to act like I'm demanding sex. You needing sex is not a problem. You needing sex to feel good about yourself and good in a relationship and connected to someone is totally reasonable. So it's funny that you're being careful about something that is letting him off the hook for communication. Because you're so careful with the sex thing and you're so worried about, again, to go back to the last advice of getting cut off at the knees, anyone can look at you and go, whoa, you're forcing me into sex. And you'd be like, that's not what's happening. But what are you going to say? He's kind of winning. He's got a moral, high ground on you. So you believe. I don't believe that to be true, but because you believe it, it is true. You believe that if you're saying, well, what's going on with the sex, that you could somehow be looked at as some animal who's like, give me a cock, I gotta have it. And it's not what's going on. You're saying I'm dating you. You're saying I have a need for sex in my relationship. That is okay. So if I were you, and then also there's going to be the people that are going to comment and they're going to say, well, he's seeing someone, he's in a relationship, that's why he's withholding sex. That might be the case. I would say it's on a spectrum of answers. On the spectrum of answers, the 10-year thing isn't done. He's still kind of involved with it. And he feels that it would make him a bad person to have sex with multiple people without them knowing that there's multiple people involved. I think that's one of the answers that could be true. I think he could have been out of his 10-year thing and now he's new to the dating world and he's got a bunch of people he's seeing. Because that tends to happen for a lot of guys. They get out of a relationship, they're like, oh my God, I'm here at the buffet, I want it all. So now you're one of the items from the buffet that he's picked up and he feels weird about having sex with multiple of the food that he's picked up from the buffet. Doesn't want to fuck a chicken and a steak. That feels a little weird to him. So again, that's an answer on the spectrum of things. Or he's not ready. That's the most, again, on the spectrum. There's this guy's a huge fuckhound, or this guy's just not ready to cross that bridge yet. You don't know. I think, again, hey, I'm having a great time getting to know you. I'd like to have sex with you. To me, I've been respecting your time and what you're looking for. What are you thinking? There it is. Yeah. I want to have sex. Give me that cock. Let me suck it. No? Why not? What's going on?
Also, maybe also sex, you don't have to have sex, but it just, you did say you're lacking intimacy. So maybe there's just like, there's other ways to explore intimacy. It doesn't, that's something else to think of.
Right. You're totally right. I'm having fun with the subject. I think like if we were to like even go lesser, like kiss outside of your apartment. Hey, I would love for you to come up. We don't have to have sex. I just kind of want to just make out with you in my bed.
Mm-hmm.
That can be, and if he pulls back, I think you go like you start with fun, and then you talk. Hey, come on up to my room. This is such a fun makeout, but I really want to make out with you in my bedroom. Hey, I can't tonight. Hey, no problem. But we've been going out for around 2 months, and then I went away, and then I came back, and I'm looking for more intimacy in my relationships. Is that a problem for you? What are you thinking? I think you got to get him talking, and he'll talk himself out, into an answer for you. You have to listen to the vibe. I think a lot of times, a lot of men specifically are really not used to talking and are afraid to hurt someone's feelings and all that stuff. And be a man, be good to her, open the door, and I think that like works into this societally where it's like, don't hurt a woman. So then you end up not talking because you feel like, oh, I can't hurt this woman, that I don't want to, I don't really know how to say the things that I'm looking to say. So I would say to you, he might dance around what he's saying, but you got to listen. I'd watch how he's dancing. If he says, I've been seeing other people. Seeing other people. It's been a while since okay. What do you mean it's been a while? Well, since my last 10-year relationship, I'm really holding back. Okay, do you feel that any form of intimacy locks you in with me, that doesn't let you have, free will to decide on whether because I'm going to be okay if we don't work out. I just want to let you know. Like, that could be a big thing where he's like, any form of intimacy means we're together now and I have to make a decision and maybe that's who I'm with for the next 10 years. And what if it doesn't work out? I've been down that road where I've been that way where I'm like, I hold back from going forward because I don't, I hold back from getting to know someone because I'm like, just figuring it out for myself means that I'm letting someone down that I might assume has already figured out on their end. So, which isn't fair. That's a little bit narcissistic for me to think, but that's just the truth. So I think there's a number of ways for this, but I do think like it's okay to go, I'd like to be intimate. I'd like to, tug on your balls.